Hey there, Aquarius Sun, Aquarius Moon, Aquarius Rising. It's Maggie. This is Moon Directed. Welcome to the channel where we work with the energies to see how we can best utilize them to move our life forward in the most positive way possible. I have a channeled message for you, so I'm going to get straight into that. But Happy New Year to you. Welcome to 2021, the big year of change. Just gotta let you know. So what Spirit was showing me was actually two things. I got two songs, two things, but they're similar and they're related somehow. And I don't know if it's because some of you are in one situation and others are in the other, but it's the same kind of situation. So the first thing I heard was that song, I'm going to bring the ship into the shore and throw away the oars forever. I think REO Speedwagon maybe. I can't fight this feeling anymore. Okay, so that I saw a ship that was, it's a sailboat, but it was really like the seas were rough and the shoreline was rocky, but there was a huge lighthouse that was beaming out, showing you the way through the rough and rocky waters. But you had to abandon the ship. You couldn't bring it in, and you had to row for the shore. So that's for some of you. And then the other ones was, again, it was a sailboat, and you were in the moonlight, and you were navigating by the stars. And I heard navigating by the light of your intuition, your emotional waters. And there was a song that came with that one too. I feel like it was Rod Stewart. I know it was Rod Stewart. What is the name of that song? What's some words out of it? I am sailing through the dark waters far away. I am forever trying to be with you. Who can say? All right. I will look for those. I will link them if I can. If I can find them, I will link them. Oh my goodness. All right. So I'm using. I knew that the fairies wanted to talk this week, so I pulled a tarot deck to use, but they wanted to really talk, so I'm using the fairies oracle. And you guys have Indy, and look at him. He is looking into, like, it looks like he's looking into the moon there, trying to get his intuition. He's holding a large one and a small light, and I just kind of want to real quick look at what Indy has to say in here. It's decision time. Time to make up your mind and make a decision. Then stick to your commitment. Set yourself a definitive time period to complete your decision, right down to the day and the hour. Give yourself time to put the decision into practice before it is too late. Once the arbitrary but carefully judged decision time is set, ask for guidance for your highest good, and then weigh, consider, ponder, gather information. If we do this and we ask for it later, the answer somehow seems to fall magically into place at the appointed time, then it is just a matter of insisting that it's a matter of trusting that that answer and carrying it through. We can ask for help with that as well, and if we wish, it is willingly given. Sorry, it's hard for me to read. The lighting is not great, and I'm dyslexic. It's not a good combination. Okay, and so decision time. It's time to bring the ship into the shore and throw away the oars forever. Wow. So you've been navigating by your intuition. So that's how they're related. There is a decision. Some of them, they're being made in maybe you're feeling emotionally rocky waters, and others of you, you're feeling pretty emotionally calm, but you've been out there trying to decide where to go next. And Indy's saying it's decision time. Ask for the guidance that you need and do the research, do the pondering, do the analysis. But I feel like you've already been doing that. And so now I feel like if you reach into your intuition, it's actually based on the analysis that you've been doing, which will make the decision-making process easier. So, okay. So Aquarius, this is a week for decision-making, and you're so supported by it. The energy around this week supports that. So, I do want to invite you to join us on Monday night. We do Moon Day Night Live at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the U.S., 4:30 p.m. Pacific Time, and it's Tuesday mornings at 11:30 a.m. It's still live, but you guys over there in Australia, you're 16 hours ahead of us. So come and join us. We pull cards for every sign of the zodiac, and then I answer questions. I pull cards for those in the chat. So we had a lot of fun. The one that we just did was extra long. Usually it's an hour and a half. I knew it was going to be long, so I had planned for that. And the other thing is that I'm offering a course called Discovering Your Destiny, and it is an opportunity to get out your chart, use it to figure out where your superpowers are, where your challenges are, what'd you come here to learn and grow, and what is your mission? Like, what is your mission? And it's actually a 6-month course. The first course is offered, the first class is on January 9th. So send me an email at moondirected@gmail.com so we can get you signed up. But Spirit asked me this morning I will make available on YouTube the first class of the course so that everybody can kind of get an idea of what's going on, because that one's just like laying the groundwork, and so you won't miss out if you aren't participating in the class that day. But so be looking for that. So you guys have a busy week. Holy cow. Just starting off with Monday looks busy. So the moon is in Virgo as we start the week, and then we have Mars conjuncting with Pluto in Capricorn. So that's trining up. It's a very supportive energy. So the moon, your intuition, is supporting the conversation that you are having with Pluto about what you're going to do to transform your life. And so practical conversations about these transformations could be happening within you, or they could be happening in your environment because you're discussing things with other people. But at the same time, the moon is going to be opposing a Neptune, which is about your dreams. And so when the moon opposes Neptune like that, it is saying, how are you going to take that dream and make it a reality? Like, what are you going to do? Like, what is the strategy involved? And so this is a week of strategy. And so you have here the Princess of Spring, optimistic, enthusiastic, creative energy. It is time to go after your dreams. It is something that expands your horizon. Let your creativity take flight. You have the Seven of Wands. Be assertive. Don't back down from what you believe. Courageously stand up for yourself. So lots of fiery energy. You have the Wheel of Fortune. Delays are over, sudden or unexpected good luck. So for some of you, it could be a new car, but I just thought of something too, and I didn't write this down, but that moon so it's going to be trining Uranus. So sudden unexpected changes and ruler of your sign, and you have your star card. This is the Aquarius card. Look to the future with hope and optimism. We have the optimism. The power of faith to move mountains. Happy changes that bring relief from challenging times. It's time to bring the ship into the shore. It's decision time. But it's the one that brings you joy and one that brings you happiness. It doesn't need to bring everybody in your life joy and happiness. It needs to bring you joy and happiness, right? So wow, that is some And the Princess of Spring, that's like the Page of Wands. That is the messenger. That is the conversations that need to be had. There's been so much energy this year of change, of decision making, of figuring out what is important to us. Okay, it's priority shifting. Our priorities have been shifting. We've been going through our stuff. A lot of people cleaned out closets. Well, that's a physical manifestation of it, but I think a lot of people were cleaning out their emotional closets, right? They were figuring out what works in their life and what doesn't. And so there was a lot of wisdom to be gained. And I think with all the energies floating around this, using that wisdom, now that's your intuition and it's decision time. And a really good way forward with that would be counting your blessings and feeling safe and protected because you decide that you are safe and protected. This is choosing to live in the energy of love, not the energy of fear. We talked a lot about that last week when the dragons came in. And if you haven't checked out last week's, you should do that even though it was last week's. The first part of that reading was the messages from the dragons. So even if you don't want to watch the whole week, watch the first part, because the dragons brought such powerful messages last week. So on Tuesday, the moon is going to move into Libra at 12:42 a.m. and Eastern Standard Time, and that is conjuncting. As soon as it moves into Aquarius, it runs into, we've got Saturn right there at like 1 degrees, and then Jupiter's at like 2 degrees, so it like runs straight into them. And when that is going on, this Libra is that supportive energy for you in your 9th house, and it is like the higher learning, the connection to spirit. It is strategy timing. It's time to plan your strategic maneuvers. What are you doing next? And so there's this practical energy flowing into taking that and creating a strategy out of it. And the guidance for you for that is you have the God of Wealth. Well, that never sucks. This is a sign of monetary gain and financial success. Prosperity and abundance could impact your home, property, family, career, health, and relationships. Abundance is more than finances, right? Abundance is a truly abundant life is one where you wake up every morning and you cannot count your blessings enough. There's so much gratitude that you just. So here, try this. Try this out. So last night I sat down and I went over 2020 in my head and I started writing everything I was grateful for, and I literally filled out 3 pages. And I kept feeling like I was missing things. And so 2020 had challenges. That's a fact. I had COVID, and for a time I couldn't work, but that worked out great. On other levels, I learned a lot of things about people. I learned a lot of things about me. I had to move. I mean, there were some tough times. I had the North Node in my sun sign and the South Node in my rising sign, and it was a tough, challenging year. And yet I had 3 pages of things I was grateful for, and I know I didn't get it all. So sit down. You don't have to come up with 3 pages, but try to come up with as many things as you possibly can. Because when you are in the attitude of gratitude, that sense of abundance across the whole spectrum of your life. So, who supported you? Where did you find time to do things you didn't have before? Or where did you receive some additional, financial support here or there? Who stepped up for you? Those are all gifts, things to be grateful for. And honestly, one of the things that really I enjoyed was that everything had to go online. And so there were a bunch of conferences and trainings I wanted to go to, but I never would have been able to go. I wouldn't have afforded the travel or any of that. And all I had to come up with, and because they were online, they were a lot less expensive in the first place. And I didn't have to pay for travel, and I didn't have to take time off of work, and I didn't have to do any of that stuff. Because some of that stuff, if you paid for it ahead of time, then you still got the replay. Some of it was live, but some of it wasn't. So, there was a lot of opportunities when you looked for them, right? So where did you find the opportunities? Where did you find the gifts? Dig around under the couch cushions and figure it out, because there was a lot of good stuff that happened. And just focus on that, right? Just focus on that. So what's really great about all this is that while that moon is still in Libra on Wednesday, we've got Mars moving into Taurus. Mars has been hanging out in Aries for, got there I think back in June, maybe the first week of July, I can't really recall. And so 6 months later, finally moving on. All those great ideas that you've been been spinning around in your head, now you have a chance to put into action. Because Mars in Taurus is slow and strategic and makes a decision and goes for it and gets there. So again, the strategy. It's about pacing yourself so that you can get what you want. It's about being willing to move in the direction that you want to go. And then also, this is such a great day because we also have Venus is going to connect and come into exact conjunction with the galactic center. And Venus, that's that emotional energy. That's also feeling abundance. That is abundance in all of its forms. It's love, it's financial, it's everything. It's how you feel, it's emotional abundance. And at the galactic center, it feels limitless. And it's new downloads and information about what really is abundance for you. And so all this stuff is happening, and so I noticed that the video is not keeping up with the sound. I am directly connected. Here's my router, and I connected directly to the computer. And I had them split the signal. I did everything I can, and I'm still not... I'm sorry about that. Okay, but we're going to go forward. Venus at the galactic center is the divine feminine energy. Mars is the divine masculine. We have both in each of us. It is about your consciousness, the soul's consciousness about what is true abundance to you. Where's the receptivity? Where have you been receiving? And it's healing in the heart space. And so it's perfect for this work that I saw coming through in your channeling, and also this. And so that's Tuesday, and Wednesday is this beautiful energy. And on Thursday, when the moon moves into Scorpio, it's about, okay, that's at a square to your, to Aquarius, and it is about pushing through the resistance and then surrendering the process to the divine. It's go time. Okay, I am making this change. I am doing this thing. I have hope for the future. I don't know everything that's going to happen, but I have weighed it out in my mind, and overall, this is the way to go. And now I'm ready to take on these challenges. Now I'm ready, right? Be assertive. Don't back down. It's not going to be easy, right? It's not going to be easy. It's going to be worth it. And so with the moon in Scorpio, it's going to square off with Saturn and then Jupiter, and it's going to oppose Uranus that likes to make those sudden changes. And this is about intuitive problem solving. And you're really being encouraged this week to really, Christ, you have great intuition using it. Then Mercury moves into your sign at 7 o'clock in the morning on Friday, and then Venus at 10:41 a.m., these are Eastern Standard Times, moves into Capricorn. And so now all that intuitive downloads about what matters in your heart and what true abundance is, now you're in Capricorn with that energy. And with Venus in the energy, she says, okay, I need a plan. What's the strategy? Let's get it going. Because pretty soon she's going to be having a conversation with Pluto, and Pluto is going to be saying, what would you decide to do, and how are you transforming this? It's not happening this week, but that's coming, right? And so at the same time on the following day, Venus is going to trine again with Mars. And now they're in Earth signs of get it done. And she rules Taurus, where Mars is. This beautiful energy this week to really figure out what is important to you and to be willing to chase down your dreams. And then we also have the moon there in Scorpio there. It's going to trine with Neptune in Pisces. And so this is really focusing on what your dreams are and then creating them into reality. It is the manifestation. Oh, I didn't grab one of these cards. I'm running ahead here. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm right on time. I'm so excited by this energy that I'm feeling for this week. So much to really be excited about. You have patience and stillness, the resting tree. Why do you have patience and stillness, the resting tree? Everything else says go. Why is it saying that? We have Mars in Taurus, and that would be patience. I think it's about pacing yourself. Okay. Going back to that. This is about doing the work of knowing what it is you want, and then when the time is right, knowing that it's time to go. So we have the Eagle King, which to me represents Aquarius, the big picture and angelic help. And so I think that asking for guidance from your angels to know when it's time to go, and you can do this in dream time. Like, so before you go to sleep at night, ask for downloads in intuition. Maintain your vision of what it is that you want. Take the higher vantage point. I think it's go time. But until we get into the 20th, so like another week or so, we don't have the energy really speeding up. And so just because it's go time doesn't mean you're going to be going really fast. But I think it's time to start taking a step. And I think the step for you is asking for the help and the guidance so that you know exactly when it's time to take the next step. Because with the moon wrapping up and getting ready to start a new cycle, because we have a new moon coming in just a couple of days, it is about releasing and pulling our energy, releasing our dreams to the universe and pulling our energy in and resting. And so I feel like you guys might need a little extra boost of that because Capricorn season is your 12th house. And 12th house does tend to make us feel more tired. So this is about releasing and finding the peace as we move forward. And so rest when you need to rest. But honestly, though, this action step, there's got to be, even if it is writing down the commitment to yourself or making your gratitude list, there is a need to do something. But it looks like you guys, here we go. Have faith in your ability. Stay true to your path. You are a powerful healer, even if who you heal is yourself. So doing what is right for you. But this week, it is about getting the information you need if you haven't gotten it already, and it is decision time. So, although that's number 63, that's a 9. 9 is almost completing, but you have the wheel, I think, as you walk out of the week. And you have that new moon coming up in Capricorn on, it's coming up on the 12th or the 13th, depending where you are in the world. I think that for you, next week is really go time. So, keyword for the week for you is discover. Look at the early dewdrops before they disappear with the morning sun. Discover. Okay, you'll have to trust me that it says discover. Oh, there we go. Almost got it. Okay, so discover. I think that there's a little more delving into your intuition, gathering a little bit more information, but you have the God of Wealth. And this is the abundance in all of its forms. You have the Star card. You have the Wheel of Fortune. And you have Indy that says, hey, you need to make a decision soon. Very soon. It's time to go after your dreams, says the Page of Spring. Do something that expands your horizons and let your creativity take flight. You guys have a great week. I hope I see you for Moon Night Live. That is at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 4:30 p.m. Pacific Time, and on Tuesdays at 11:30 a.m. You guys have a great week, and I look forward to chatting with you soon.